Hey everybody, Chris here. April is coming for Dogecoin. What do I mean by that? We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when new videos come out as well as when I do live streams. I'll be live again on Monday afternoon. So make sure you're subscribed. You got your notifications on so you can join in on the lives. We had a good one on Friday talking about what is going on with support for Dogecoin. And as we are here on Saturday, we see Dogecoin coming back up over 9 cents. We were down in the 8.9s again on Friday, but back above this upward sloping support line that we see for Dogecoin again outperforming Bitcoin, both on the red days and as we have a green day so far here on Saturday, as Dogecoin is fighting off the fears of the Iran war / conflict, whatever it's called. Trump is saying, well, we can't call it a war because Congress didn't actually declare war. So it's a military conflict. That's all it is. And he's like pretending like it's no big deal at all. But it is a big deal. We've got oil prices going up. We've got inflation going up. It isn't the best scenario economically what is going on, but yet Dogecoin is not falling down. Dogecoin is holding up very well. Bitcoin 66.5. Bitcoin is trying to get back up into this upward sloping channel. The channel that we've been watching here, this most current channel anyway, since the February 5th low, as Bitcoin was grinding upwards, has failed. Bitcoin has come out of that channel to the downside, and I think there's going to be another capitulation in the Bitcoin price. As we've seen, this is typically in a bear market. Bitcoin grinds up, drops down, grinds up, drops down, grinds up, drops down. We've just been grinding up, and it looks like there's a setup for a drop down. Dogecoin has acted differently. Dogecoin has been this sort of slow grind down with some upward movements. But 9 cents has been holding very well since we had the 8-cent drop on February 5th. So with that 9-cent bottom, we've seen these continual uptrends in Doge. Great for swing traders. And I've heard from some of you who have been swing trading, you've been doing very well. It looks like we may have the setup here for another one into April. So that is where we start with the charts right now. The only other chart I want to take a look at before we get into it is Doge versus Bitcoin. We look at this one principally because we want to see how Dogecoin is trading versus Bitcoin. Of course, we did have in mid-February a big run up in Doge versus Bitcoin. And then, of course, Bitcoin took over as the weakness in Doge as Doge pulled back to 9 cents. And since then, it's been going sideways. I was expecting this to actually drop a little lower into the 12s again, but instead what we have now looks like some anticipation for Dogecoin in April. Again, we'll get to what those things are. And so Dogecoin has actually been outperforming Bitcoin over the last few days. We'll see how that plays out. This is what I have been watching though. So overall, what's going on? Well, we do have, again, the stock market. The U.S. stock market is now down to a point, and this is the S&P 500, down to a point that it hasn't seen since last August and September. And we've seen this before with the tariffs. This was back in early 2025, a big drop in the stock market because of tariffs. And we see, of course, it capitulating below this yellow line, and we're going to do that again. It looks like at 6,000 or so. We're now at 6,400 on the S&P 500, and we could see the stock market continuing to decline. For those that are into stocks, it looks like right now there's a rotation all into oil because people think oil price is going to go skyrocketing because of the military conflict and all of the effects it has with the Strait of Hormuz and shipping lanes and not being able to get oil. I think that's going to continue. And that is what people are saying about Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin could have a little bit of a relief rally over the weekend. And then next week, there's going to be some other big event that's going to happen. And the price of Bitcoin is going to start dropping down even further, coming below a support line that's just what's going to happen for Bitcoin. we could see that happen. And as well, we could see as Bitcoin on the bigger scale looking more and more like a bear market, and where is the bottom of that bear market going to be? If we retest 60K again, could we see this downward price action here and coming down to maybe a total 70% decline on the overall Bitcoin pullback for a true bear market? I think that's more what would be in the case into the summertime. But we'll see how Bitcoin reacts right now to this conflict. If we look at ETH, there's short-term lower liquidity on the liquidation chart, and the chance of coming back down and grabbing that at about 1900 to 1880 on the Ethereum chart. I know there's a lot of topside liquidity, but right now there's weakness in the market, not enough for market makers to really get a huge pump on ETH to come take out those big shorts. So the shorts are winning right now. Typical bear market stuff, but on the short side, again, I mean in the lower time frame, it's easier with weakness in the market to come down and grab that lower liquidity, because it is about liquidity and it is about taking out the shorts and then the longs, and it looks like more longs are going to come. And here's our friend Trader Alan again with the Dogecoin chart. This is when he becomes a bear, like I'm saying, just when he gets his Ichimoku cloud analysis stuff. This is the one where he's bearish. And so he always points to this one, and he posted it yet again this morning. And of course, he's trying to shill his own subscribers to come watch him talk about this one bear chart, because typically his other charts are all these bull charts of Doge season, big trigger. Doge is going to take off $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever it is. That's what he does for his charts. But what's coming in April? Well, first, Dogecoin to get its own Windows. What is this? Windows, Doge OS looks like it could be this app layer on the Dogecoin blockchain, and there's some talk about what this is going to look like. Building utility with Doge OS. We've been talking about a lot. This looks like that is becoming more and more clear that this is coming. Possibly in April, we're going to start to see part of this roll out on Doge OS. And no longer will there be a lack of utility, but so far all I've seen are some games and maybe a non-coin coming over to Doge blockchain from Solana. Those are the big ones that I've seen, but we'll see what the other Ethereum-like functionality will be for Dogecoin. Pennybag says, look, April Fool's Week is historically bullish for Doge. The guy who owns X loves memes. He literally put Doge on the logo. Remember that? That was fun when he did that. April 1st is peak meme season. Nobody rides the meme wave harder than Elon. Now add X money potentially launching. And we know there's a beta launch and there was an internal launch and all that. But we want to see it. I want to see it. Talking about a slow rollout. But we will see. And what about a payments platform on X where Doge was already integrated as a tipping currency? Could that be something that's up? Now we know X money so far from what we've seen, there's no crypto, there's no digital assets, and there's no Dogecoin. But there's always a chance it can come in the future. And that is enough for the Doge price to go up. So Doge doesn't need a use case narrative anymore. It needs a catalyst. April can give us two, not only for X money, but also the SpaceX IPO. Now, is the SpaceX IPO directly related to Doge? No, it's not. But anything Elon related, exciting, whether it's Tesla, SpaceX, or X money, it does get Doge excited. And when the Doge price is excited, it does go up. Now, what's going to happen with 420 and April 20th? We don't know. But what could these do to the price of Dogecoin? Just the excitement about that is usually enough. Now, last month we did have this AI video of Elon and a Doge that Sir Doge of the Coin made. And of course, Elon Musk right-clicks, save, reposts it as his own. little excitement. We got about a 2%, little bit of 2% pump. But that just shows you that Elon Musk is still the Doge father and is still likes the memes around the Doge. What could come in April? That is what we don't know. Now, would Dogecoin be great as a tipping feature on X? Absolutely. That would be the greatest thing. You just tip creators and it could be directly in Doge. That would be awesome. And it backs up Elon Musk's previous tweets where he has actually said Dogecoin is the people's crypto. And as I've said on X money, Doge would be awesome. You don't have to deal with, I mean, if we truly X money wants to be worldwide, it's going to start just here in the United States. It's going to be based on fiat, the dollar. We know Visa is behind it and all. But then as it rolls out more worldwide, you've got to deal with these different currencies around the world. And what is this currency trading against that currency? And there's going to be all sorts of fees probably associated with changing currency from one currency to another, or you're not going to get the right rate. Doge would be so much easier. One Doge equals one Doge all around the world. It doesn't matter. You just tip in Doge. That would be awesome. It makes sense. I know. It's not going to be there day one. I already know that. People, oh, Dogecoin's not on X. We already know that. We've already seen enough of the screenshots of X money. The Doge is not going to be there on day one. But just the chance it might be there. And here we are waiting for X money. The public rollout in April be like, yeah, we're waiting. We know that. But that's how Dogecoin trades. Dogecoin trades on hype. And that's partially why I think we are seeing Dogecoin right now actually in the green, going up 2.5% on the day while Bitcoin is relatively flat, because that is what Dogecoin does. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about April coming for Dogecoin? Give the video a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.